Are you caught in the endless grind of hustle culture, where productivity feels like a never-ending race that leaves you exhausted and empty? Do you chase every notification, every email, only to collapse at the end of the day wondering if it's all worth it? You're not alone in this toxic cult of productivity and burnout. But what if the antidote isn't another app or life hack, but wisdom from a 1,500-year-old monk who mastered the art of balanced living? Where we draw timeless lessons from holy lives to tackle modern struggles. Today, we're exploring Saint Benedict of Nursia, the father of Western monasticism, and how his insights can help you find your inner monk. No need for a vow of silence or a cloistered life. This is about creating a personal monastery in your everyday routine. By adopting Benedictine rhythm and discipline as your life operating system, you can balance focused work, intentional rest, nourishing reading, and meaningful connections with your community, family, and friends. It's not about religious dogma. It's about reclaiming your sanity through structure and grace. Stick around as we unpack his story and 3 practical principles to break free from burnout and thrive. Let's step back in time to the chaotic world of the 5th century. Born around 480 AD in Nursia, a small town in central Italy, Benedict grew up amid the crumbling Roman Empire. Barbarian invasions, political corruption, and moral decay were everywhere. Sound familiar to our era of endless distractions and societal pressures? As a young man, Benedict headed to Rome for studies, but the city's vice and superficiality disgusted him. Seeking peace, he fled to a cave near Subiaco, becoming a hermit for 3 years. There, in solitude, he wrestled with his inner demons and deepened his spiritual life. But word of his holiness spread, and soon seekers flocked to him for guidance. Benedict organized them into communities, founding 12 monasteries. His crowning achievement was the Rule of Saint Benedict, a simple yet profound guide written around 530 AD for monastic living. This wasn't a rigid code, but a balanced framework emphasizing ora et labora, pray and work, along with reading, rest, and community. Benedict stressed moderation, no extreme asceticism, but a rhythm that sustained body, mind, and soul. He lived this out until his death around 547 AD, leaving a legacy that shaped Western civilization. Monasteries became beacons of learning and stability in dark times. Today, his virtues of discipline, balance, and humility offer a blueprint for anyone battling the burnout epidemic. Benedict shows us that actual productivity flows from inner order, not endless striving. Drawing from Benedict's rule, our first principle is the power of rhythm. Craft your daily schedule like a personal monastery blueprint. Benedict knew chaos breeds burnout, so he mandated a fixed horarium, a timetable dividing the day into prayer, work, meals, reading, and sleep. This wasn't micromanagement. It was liberation through structure. In our hyper-connected world, where emails ping at midnight and social media scrolls steal our focus, adopting this rhythm can be revolutionary. Start small. Wake at a consistent time. Block out periods for deep work, say 90 minutes of uninterrupted focus on your top priority. Then schedule intentional breaks, like a short walk or mindful breathing. Include time for reading something enriching, not just work-related, and slots for connecting with loved ones. The key is discipline without rigidity. Benedict allowed flexibility for seasons and needs. Think of it as your life operating system, predictable yet life-giving. Research from productivity experts echoes this. Studies show routines reduce decision fatigue and boost well-being. One practical tip: use a simple app or journal to map your day the night before. Over time, this rhythm turns frantic busyness into purposeful flow, preventing burnout by honoring your limits. Benedict's monks thrived on this. You can too. Finding your inner monk amid modern mayhem. Building on rhythm, Principle 2 is to embrace balance. Pair intentional work with equally deliberate rest. Benedict's motto, Ora et labora, translates to pray and work, but it includes sacred rest as essential fuel. Monks labored in fields or scriptoriums, but never to exhaustion. They stopped for prayer, meals, and sleep, recognizing humans aren't machines. In today's cult of productivity, we glorify all-nighters and boast about busyness, leading to skyrocketing burnout rates. Over 70% of workers reported, per recent surveys. Benedict counters this with moderation. Work diligently, but cease when the bell rings. Apply this by setting boundaries. Define work hours and stick to them, and then turn off devices. For rest, make it purposeful, not mindless scrolling, but rejuvenating activities like a hobby or nature walk. Benedict included communal meals for nourishment and connection, so prioritize family dinners without screens. This balance isn't laziness, it's wisdom that sustains long-term output. Science backs it. Rest improves creativity and efficiency, as seen in studies on sleep and recovery. A tip from the rule: practice custody of the eyes. Limit distractions during work, then fully unplug during rest. By honoring this equilibrium, you'll escape the toxicity of overwork, emerging refreshed and resilient, just as Benedict's communities endured for centuries. Our final principle is to nourish the soul through reading and community connection, the heart of Benedictine stability. The rule dedicates time to Lectio Divina, sacred reading for reflection, and emphasizes communal living to combat isolation. Benedict saw solitude as valuable, but warned against its extremes. Humans flourish in supportive communities. In our productivity-obsessed age, we often neglect intellectual and relational nourishment, leading to emotional burnout. Counter this by carving out daily reading time, not doom-scrolling news, but books that inspire growth, like philosophy, self-help, or even fiction. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes. Let it be a quiet space for introspection, mirroring Benedict's meditative practice. Then, foster your modern monastery through intentional connections, weekly calls with friends, shared meals, or joining a hobby group. This builds accountability and joy, reducing the loneliness epidemic affecting millions. Benedict's monasteries were self-sustaining hubs of learning and mutual support. Your community can be family game nights or coffee with mentors. Studies confirm that social bonds lower stress hormones, which in turn enhances productivity indirectly. A practical step? End your day with gratitude journaling from your reading. Then reach out to one person. This holistic nourishment turns your life into a sanctuary of purpose, where burnout fades and true fulfillment blooms. As we wrap up, remember, Saint Benedict didn't retreat from the world. He transformed it through disciplined, balanced living. By finding your inner monk, you can dismantle the toxic cult of productivity. Craft a rhythmic schedule. Embrace work-rest balance. And nourish your soul with reading and community. This life operating system isn't about perfection. It's about progress with grace. Start today. Pick one principle, implement it, and watch burnout give way to sustainable joy. If this resonated, subscribe to the Saint's Playbook for more saintly wisdom in modern life, and share in the comments how you'll build your monastery. Thanks for watching. Go forth and live with rhythm and peace.